Pause for a moment. Imagine a people who know God's name, who recognize His power, who have heard His message, and yet they are bowing before something else entirely. Not a simple stone, not a forgotten idol, but a system, a symbol of power, wealth, and control. This is the story of Baal, and it is not as ancient as you think. Baal did not appear overnight. In Semitic and Hebrew languages, the word Baal simply meant master, lord, provider, owner. A perfectly ordinary word. But the moment a people stop turning to God for their sustenance, their rain, their blessings, and start looking elsewhere, that ordinary word slowly becomes a god. First it was just a word, then it became an idea, then an idol, then a ritual, then an entire system of power. That is how false worship always begins, quietly, gradually disguised as something normal. In the regions of ancient Syria and Canaan, when certain tribes of Bani Israel settled, a cruel and ruthless ruler held power over them. He understood one thing clearly. A sword can force a head to bow, but it also breeds rebellion. True control is when people bow on their own. So he built a religious system. He made Baal the lord of the land. He made himself Baal's representative on earth. And just like that, idol worship was no longer about spirituality. It became an instrument of political power. The priests were not volunteers. They were government employees, 450 of them, paid by the state, fed at the king's table, and tasked with one job: tell the people what to believe, who to follow, and what to sacrifice. Baal was believed to be the lord of storms, rain, and fertility. Temples were built on high places, hilltops, elevated ground outside cities. People came with offerings: animals, grain, oil, incense. The smoke rising toward the sky was meant to please him. The priests ran the rituals. They performed the ceremonies. They convinced the people, if Baal is pleased, rain will come. If Baal is angry, drought will follow. God was pushed to the background, the distant creator, too far for everyday matters. Baal became the one you called when your crops were failing, your child was sick, your business was struggling. And then came the darkest part. Some historical accounts mention child sacrifice. Infants placed into the arms of massive bronze idols, while drums were beaten loud enough to drown out the cries. It began with the powerful, then became a trend, then became normal, then felt necessary. This is what happens when sin is normalized within a society. It stops feeling like sin at all. God sent Prophet Elias, peace be upon him, to this people. He did not come with a long speech. He came with one question, a question so sharp it still cuts through centuries. Do you call upon Baal and abandon the best of creators, Allah, who is your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers? That question was not only for them. It is for every generation that worships power while knowing the truth. The story does not end there. Babylon, a city of knowledge, noise, and temptation. Allah sent 2 angels there, Harut and Marut, but as a test. And from the very first day, they warned every single person who approached them. What we carry is a trial. It leads toward disbelief. Do not learn this. The warning came before the knowledge. And yet, some people are not looking for guidance. They are looking for shortcuts. They want control, not connection. They want formulas, not faith. Those people took what they learned and used it to destroy marriages, break families, and plant hatred between husband and wife. Knowledge turned into a weapon, because the intention behind it was power, not truth. When Bani Israel were taken captive to Babylon during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, they arrived in a place already soaked in esoteric tradition. Hidden knowledge, secret symbols, mystical names. Some were influenced by it, instead of turning to God through direct prayer and revelation. They began seeking divine understanding through symbols, codes, and hidden formulas. Over time, this way of thinking took shape in what became known as Kabbalah, a system built around divine names, mystical symbols, and invocations. In Islam, the spiritual path is clear and open: prayer, worship, the Quran, and the Sunnah. No secret codes, no hidden formulas, no rituals behind closed doors. Anything that replaces that direct connection with God regardless of how sacred it sounds, falls into the category of what Islam warns against. Now, some people claim that the elite of today still use Baal, that occult rituals are practiced in secret, that ancient symbols appear in modern institutions. Some of these claims reference documents. Others reference symbols in architecture or media. Here is where honesty matters. There is a difference between what is documented and what is assumed. A suspicious shipment, a strange symbol, a leaked file. These raise questions. But questions are not conclusions. The moment someone jumps from "this is strange" to "therefore black magic is being performed," that is where evidence ends and imagination takes over. Be curious, ask questions, but do not let speculation replace facts. The story of Baal is not just ancient history. It is the story of any person who, while believing in God, slowly makes power, money, or status their real master. You do not have to carve an idol. You do not have to light incense. You do not have to know the name Baal. All it takes is turning away from God in the moments that matter, and turning towards something else for your security, your worth, your future. The question Prophet Elias asked thousands of years ago still stands. Who do you actually bow to?